controlling behavior, emotionally, but also, I guess, physically controlling behavior. When we often think about narcissists, we think of like sort of domestic violence and this kind of thing.
Mhm.
Is that quite typical of a narcissist to engage in domestic violence?
So here's where we get to an interesting question. You're from the UK, and I have to say, actually, of all the countries in the world, the UK actually has taken the front. I think the highest front position in terms of being creating public policies around understanding the psychological elements of domestic violence. It was actually coercive control laws first showed up in the UK. So this is my personal belief, Stephen, and this is my personal belief, and I will hold to this personal belief 100%. I believe all domestic abusers are narcissistic, without exception. And I'll tell you why I think that. The capacity to tell someone, I love you, I'm going to care for you, we're in a relationship, and then to emotionally, physically, or sexually assault them, that's zero empathy. That's tremendous entitlement. It's incredible arrogance. That's narcissism. There's a lack of self-awareness. There's a lack of awareness of the other. And I think this is why so much of the domestic violence intervention programs, they don't work. Because how are you going to undo someone's narcissism? So that's my belief. And I know that this is a very controversial conversation in the field of domestic violence. Back in the 70s, there's a real pushback on this. I don't think that anyone who does domestic violence work will ever doubt that there's a personality issue in these folks. But the concern was if we made it about narcissism, we'll pull the focus away from their behavior, right?
Okay.
But I think the two things go together. The behavior is unacceptable. I don't give a damn if they're narcissistic. And this whole idea of, does the narcissism excuse the behavior? Never. If behavior is unacceptable, it's unacceptable. I don't care about the backstory because it means it's going to happen again. And it always does.